You said during the week coming into this you weren't nervous. Did nerves sort of come into the picture ahead of the innings, and are you satisfied with how you went?
There's a couple nerves there, but overall it's quite calm. I was more excitement around me than anything. So just pleased to get out there and back in the colours again, and smiles on my face. And it was nice to get a few. Would have been nice to get the three figures and a few more, but that's cricket. That's how it goes. And I suppose to get 80 odd was a good thing for my confidence going forward now.
Phil, there was a big hook shot in there at one stage before, right off the eyebrows. Is that sort of another tick for you that, just confirming in your own mind that you've broadened your range of shots at Test level?
Yeah, it's something I probably didn't do 12 months ago. So I knew I had to bring it in my game as well. I suppose it keeps the bowlers honest as well. But yeah, I think there was one or two there. I suppose if you see it, you try and react to it. But as I said, I have had to work on my leg side play, and I've done that. And I feel like it's in decent order at the moment.
Yeah.
Phil, did you like the rhythm of your innings? You imposed yourself a bit early, got a few away quickly, then worked through a tough patch when they were bowling quite tight, and then flourished again a bit after that?
Yeah, look, it was an innings, I suppose. It started off quite good, and then it sort of went, they bowled well, and then back to me, back to them. I think there was an hour period after lunch where I thought they bowled outstanding. They bowled very tight lines, and that was just the flow that I suppose the day today, where they bowled an outstanding hour, and then it went back to the batting side. But overall, I think 4 for 299 balls in our court, and I thought we were outstanding today. Pup and Huss at the end there putting on 100, so it really gives us momentum going into tomorrow.
Phil, as a number three, I guess sometimes you can be waiting all day for a bat. Like, was it good to get in there early? And when you were out there mentally, did you feel you were up for it and just a lot more confident in yourself than you were, perhaps 12 months ago?
Yeah, look, it was a different position, I suppose, for me. Up playing for Australia, I've always opened, but I really enjoyed batting three. I was in there quite early, but in saying that, there's got to be times where I'll come in after lunch or whenever, you don't really know. But I really enjoyed it. I suppose, getting runs behind me today was a nice thing. I hope now going forward, I really love to cement that position and make it my own.
Yeah.
So you looked obviously far more assured today than you did in your previous incarnation. Is that a technical thing, or is that a mental thing that you're in a bit of space?
Well, I've worked on the game, no doubt about that. Technique, I knew I had to. I thought I was a lot more patient through periods of my innings that I have been, I suppose, 12 months to 2 years ago. So, I think mentally knowing that I've been here before it's probably a good thing as well. But technique, no doubt, feels a lot more comfortable.
Sorry to bring it up, but can you talk us through the run out? What happened there? What was the call you heard?
Oh, look, that's just how it is, isn't it? That's cricket. It was disappointing. It's always disappointing to get a run out, and at that time, wasn't great going into lunch. But yeah, look, that's cricket, Pete.
Phil, it's a first day pitch. The way you played Ranganehra today, does it mean that Australians can get a hold of him and get a feel of how we will approach the series?
Who was that, sorry?
Ranganehra, you played him today.
Yeah,
does it mean that the team can get a hang of him?
No, I thought he bowled all right. Yeah, I thought, he mixed his pace up beautifully, and there was periods there where he was bowling really good. So, look, overall, I thought their attack, at times they all had their tail up at a different time. There was no one that really stood out. I thought, there was periods through the game where they all bowled well.
Yeah.
Phil, batting at number three, I guess you have to be a bit of a jack of all trades as well in terms of dealing with different situations and imposing yourself or knowing when to pull back. You said before about being more patient. Do you think you're better at I guess, moving through different gears now than you might have been a little while ago?
Yeah, maybe. Look, at batting three or batting anywhere, you go through stages where you score freely, and then you got to hold it back, and the bowler could be bowling good areas, so you got to be sharp onto it. And I think that was a perfect example today, where there was periods that I didn't score that freely, and there was other periods where I did. And as I said, that just panned out today how it was. The wicket overall was a little bit slow as well. So if you bowl good areas on it, it can be tough to score. So I think you just got to be adapt. That's the good players around the world. They adapt to the conditions and the pace of the innings as well. So that's something I want to continue to work on. But
You've had big scores overseas, but your previous top score here was 37. Is that a relief to get those runs today in Australia?
yeah, it was. I actually thought about that the other night. Haven't had the most success personally for me in Australia, so it was nice to, I suppose, get past 50 and get a few today. I think all my decent scores in Test cricket has been overseas, so it was nice to get that one off the back to get a few in Australia.
Andrew?
Phil, what were your thoughts on Dave Warner's innings today? Because he seemed like he was batting really comfortably. I mean, he was playing his shots. He's been criticised, I guess, for his dismissal in Perth, but I mean, today he was showing that, playing that same game, and probably could still be batting if it wasn't run out.
Yeah, it was outstanding. I thought he was outstanding, and it was actually good batting with him. I think I was just trying to get him in the strike. I think I had the best seat in the house down the other end. He was outstanding, and that's how Davey plays. He really takes it to the opposition, and it's good to see him play like that. I thought he was outstanding.
Greg?
Phil, you said the wicket's playing a bit slow. Clarkey got hit a couple of times. He looked like he didn't know which leg to limp on. He's 70 not out. He's made 1,400 runs so far for the year. How's he going?
Yeah, look, I haven't actually seen him yet, but he'll be fine. Looked quite sore, but he'll do. He'll recover tonight. I'm sure he'll be fine tomorrow.
And just the way he's batting, given that was a difficult pitch to bat on.
Yeah, the wicket, I thought it was a little bit slow overall, but overall I think it was a decent wicket. I thought there was a couple that kept low through the day, so it could play tricks later on in the game, which could make for a very good test match, I think. Good test match wicket, so time will tell. But overall I think a day one wicket was quite good.
Now,
Yeah, just a bit more on what Bucky said, just about Michael Clarke. Like, he's been such a run machine this year. I mean, I know you haven't been around, so you haven't seen a lot of him, but just what's it like sort of watching him bat? Sometimes he seems to be batting on another plane.
Oh, I was just watching him when I got out, and he's just that comfortable at the crease. It's outstanding, really, to watch. Obviously I haven't been in the team, for the African series, but even watch him on TV in little stints, his confidence looks high, and he's just outstanding. And hopefully he continues it. Tomorrow, if he gets through them initial period, I'm sure he'll make another big one, and it'll be no surprise to anyone because just how good he's really batting. And yeah, he's just really grown. It's just outstanding the way he's leading from the front.
Neroli?
Can I just ask about Joe Warner's catch? What you thought of that?
I think that's up in the top few, I reckon. That's nearly as good as you get. I think it was outstanding.
Dan, you got one? Sneak one in the end?
Yeah, just about the MCG Shield game, and you got the 100 against Victoria. Was it helpful to you that selectors waited until you'd gotten, had a big innings in Australia this summer before they picked you?
Yeah, well, it comes down to the selectors at the end of the day, what they think. But I think on a personal note, it's always good to have runs behind you, because your confidence are high going into any game that you're playing. And when you get selected, you know that you got the runs behind you. So yeah, look, it's nice to score runs in those two formats for South Australia. And coming in, as I said over the last week, and confidence quite high, and I want to continue this now.